And we're going to kick off in depth. We're going to look at the Mail on Sunday. Paul, what's their front cover doing?
Well, holiday chaos fear over EU Big Brother visas. Now, this is about the strict new post-Brexit requirements for UK citizens to be fingerprinted and their faces scanned before they are allowed to enter the EU country. So this is going to take place throughout the summer now. Naturally, you would introduce this during the peak months. I mean,
yes. Is this just sour grapes? I mean, is this the EU trying to make things as difficult as possible for UK citizens?
Well, it feels that way. I did a tiniest bit of it. I mean, it seems like, once again, the EU are taking the breakup very well.
Yeah.
I had a little look. We do not require the same thing of any EU citizens. There are a lot more of them than there are of us.
Yes.
And to come into our country, you can come and stay for 90 days pretty much without any form of visa. And
yes.
that used to be, up until this summer, what the EU had promised the UK.
Right.
As far as I can tell. 90 days, free stay, then you'd have to apply maybe up to 180, and then beyond that you'd need a working visa, etc.
Yeah, but you see, it's in the EU's interest to make life as difficult as possible for us. And the reason for that is they want to basically send out a signal to other countries that might be thinking of leaving. Don't do it, otherwise we're going to make things as bad as possible. Lewis, do you think that we should start retaliating and making it quite bad for EU citizens when they come here?
I mean, how could we not? Oh, we. Sorry, how could the... I guess we.
You've been here long enough. You're basically a UK citizen.
I've become surly like a British person. I'm a British person. But, yeah, completely. The fact that, I read the whole article and there was nothing in it what we were going to do to those guys. Absolutely nothing. We should have requirements of these horrible European people.
We should.
We should.
This is a declaration of war,
Lewis. Yes, we should force them. We should force them to have each one of them come in with a bottle of wine and actually have a name of somebody in the country that they can actually bring it to, and bring that bottle of wine. And maybe for the countries that don't produce much good wine.
It's a very strangely specific requirement that you're coming up with
something.
there.
We've got to make them do something. Maybe bring a bratwurst or a kielbasa.
Yep.
Whatever country.
Paul, he's being strangely militant.
Well, I don't think, comparatively speaking, that's particularly strange for Lewis. That seems pretty much on par. Actually.
Yeah,
well done. You didn't deny any scientific facts or anything. I think we should rise above it.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like, much like we all would, to react to this for a tit for tat, we're better just to keep it the way it is to prove that we're unaffected. Yeah, this is how it can be done.
It's true there are slightly longer queues sometimes for British citizens now that we've left the EU, but to be honest, that's not why people voted. That wasn't really a factor.
No, it wasn't.
So, it doesn't really matter.
How can you? I can't believe you're just saying we shouldn't do anything about this.
Well, but Lewis, because you'll take things too far, as you always do. So I don't want to put you in charge of this kind of thing.
Punish these Europeans. I mean, we should punish them. Why should we let them get away with it?
Right, so
everybody is watching this. Every British person knows. To hell with those Europeans. We left them for a reason. They're horrible people. And what do we...
You're right, Lewis. Let's quarantine them all when they come over here, out of spite, and lock them up just for at least a week.
Yeah. And you know something, and Paul is, if I can interrupt, Paul is actually wrong about that people are allowed to stay in this country for 90 days. That's completely rubbish.
EU citizens can't they?
Well, EU citizens can stay as long as they want, provided they claim asylum.
We're too kind. We are. We're going to move on to The Observer now. Lewis,